Hello everyone, welcome to TYBC class. Myself Dr. P.D. Ray, Associate Professor in Department of Electronic Science, KTHM College, Nasik. In this semester, I will teach you the subject Principles of Semiconductor Devices. It is paper 4. The outline of today's lecture is we'll start with the syllabus discussion, then semiconductor material, types of solids, crystal structure, basic lattice types, and basic crystal structures. Objective of the course: first, to introduce crystal structure with reference to semiconductors. Second, to study theory of metal semiconductor and p-n junctions. Third, to understand the characteristics of semiconductor devices. And fourth, to introduce theoretical background of BJT and FETs. Now let us start with the syllabus discussion. Unit 1 is the fundamentals of semiconductors. So in this unit, we will study the crystal structures, then growth techniques, then photoelectric effect and hydrogen atom, bonding forces and energy bands in semiconductors, then the types of semiconductors, then the concept of Fermi energy level and carrier drift in electric and magnetic fields. We will also study the excess carrier in semiconductors. In this, that is the concept of luminescence phenomena. Then photoconductivity and diffusion of carriers. In second unit, that is junctions, we will study the concept of contact potential, then space charge at junctions, then forward and reverse bias junctions, reverse bias breakdown, that is Zener and avalanche breakdown mechanism, and we will study also in the last metal semiconductor junctions. In that, we will study Schottky barrier, rectifying contact and ohmic contacts. In third unit, bipolar junction transistors. We will discuss in this unit BJT structure and its operations. Then minority carrier distribution, concept of terminal currents, coupled diode model, switching cycle in BJT, and effects. In last unit, fourth unit, field effect transistor. We will study in this unit JFETs, MESFETs and MOSFETs. Now these are some reference books. Solid state electronic devices by Streetman and Sanjay Banerjee. Second, semiconductor physics and devices Basic Principles by Donald Neiman. Third, Semiconductor Device Physics and Design by Umesh Mishra and Jasprit Singh. And fourth, Semiconductor Device Fundamentals by Robert Pyret. Now let us start with the concept of the semiconductor materials. As you know, the semiconductors are the materials which are neither conductors nor insulators. Means its conductivity lies in between conductors and insulators. In periodic table, the column 4 semiconductors, that is silicon, germanium, are called elemental semiconductors because they are composed of single species of atoms. In addition to the elemental materials, compounds of column 3 and column 5 atoms, as well as certain combinations from second and sixth group of periodic table, make up the compound semiconductors. The two element, that is binary, which are from third and fifth compounds, such as gallium arsenide, gallium phosphide, which are commonly used in light emitting diodes, that is LEDs. A particularly interesting and useful features of the third and fifth compounds is the ability to vary the mixture of elements. Fluorescent materials such as those used in television screens usually are of second and sixth group compound semiconductors such as ZNS, zinc sulfide. Light detectors are commonly made with CDAC, cadmium sulfide, then other compounds like gallium arsenide, gallium phosphide, etc. Now there are also some basic type of semiconductors, that is intrinsic and extrinsic type of semiconductors. Intrinsic semiconductors are the pure semiconductors, means no addition of impurities in this semiconductor, which are germanium, silicon are the intrinsic type of semiconductors, means no doping of impurities in this semiconductor. Doping means the addition of impurities in the semiconductor, that method is called as the doping. Second type of the semiconductor is extrinsic type of semiconductor. Extrinsic type of semiconductor means a small amount of impurity is doped in a pure semiconductor for preparing this extrinsic semiconductor. So the electrical conductivity is increased because of the doping in the pure semiconductors. Now, what are the types of solids? According to the atomic arrangement in solid, there are three types of the solids: crystalline, amorphous, and polycrystalline. So what is the crystallography? It is the study of the arrangement of atoms in solids. The first type of solid is the crystalline material. So you can see in the diagram the periodic arrangement of the atoms or ions over a large atomic distances. So this type of material is the crystalline material. Second is amorphous material. No periodicity of the atoms, means the materials is lacking long range order of atoms. In polycrystalline material, the materials compose of many small regions of single crystal. Means there is a periodicity of atoms over certain regions, and then in other region other type of the periodicity in the atoms. Means this is made up of the many small regions of single crystals. So there are some terms used in crystallography, that is crystal, lattice, basis. The periodicity in a crystal, as I told, that symmetric array of points in space is called as the periodicity in a crystal. The term of symmetric array of points in space called as now the lattice. So the lattice is the symmetric array of these points is called as lattice. Now we can add the atoms at each lattice point in an arrangement that is called as a basis, which can be one atom or group of atoms having the same spatial arrangement to get a crystal. In every case, the lattice contains a volume or a cell that represents the entire lattice and is regularly repeated throughout the crystal. Then how the crystal is formed? The crystal is formed from basis plus lattice. Means if you take these points are the lattice as already defined, lattice are the symmetric array of the points, and if a single atom is placed to that point, so the structure which is formed is called as a crystal structure. Now we can see one example, sodium chloride. These sodium and chlorine atoms are arranged periodically, means there is a periodicity in the atoms of sodium and chlorine. If at one corner, if the chlorine atom, then at a fixed distance sodium, then again chlorine, then again sodium. In this way, this crystal is formed. The other term, that is unit cell, primitive cell, and coordination numbers are used in crystallography. Here, as an example of such lattice, is a two-dimensional arrangement of atoms. It is also called as rhombing lattice with a cell that is called as a primitive cell. Then what do you mean by the primitive cell? The smallest unit cell that can be repeated to form a lattice, this is called as primitive cell. Means the atoms or lattice points only at the corner of this unit cell. If any atom in this unit cell is in between the unit cell, then that is not the primitive cell. Means the primitive cell is the smallest unit cell in this structure, and when it repeats, it forms a lattice structure. Now, what do you mean by the coordination number? That concept again coming in the next discussion. But here we can define the coordination number to calculate the nearest neighbors from each atom. That is called as coordination number. Now, consider a three-dimensional structure of the unit cell, that is cube. There are 6 parameters are used, that is called as lattice parameters. A, B, C are the length of edge of the cube. Then alpha, beta and gamma are the interaxial angles. So different types of the lattice structures, that is 14 lattice structures are there, and this is called as Bravais type of lattice structures. So here basically 7 basic crystal structures are there, that is called as primitive cells, means like here 7 means simple cubic structure, then simple tetragonal structure, then simple orthorhombic, simple monoclinic, then rhombohedral, hexagonal, and triclinic. So total of 14. The structure is differentiated according to the length of the edge and the interaxial angles. For example, in cubic structures, the all sides are of equal length, that is A is equal to B is equal to C, and angles are equal, and that is equal to 90, means alpha is equal to beta is equal to gamma, and that is equal to 90 degree. In tetragonal, the A is equal to B but not equal to C, and the angles are alpha equal to beta equal to gamma equal to 90 degree. In orthorhombic, A not equal to B not equal to C, but alpha equal to beta equal to gamma equal to 90 degree. There are 4 types: simple cubic, body centered, base centered, and face centered. We will discuss later on the what is body centered, base centered, and face centered structures. In monoclinic, there are 2 types: simple monoclinic and base centered monoclinic. Here, A not equal to B not equal to C, and the angles alpha equal to gamma equal to 90 degree but not equal to beta. Then other type of the Bravais lattice is the rhombohedral. In this, A is equal to B is equal to C, and all angles are equal, and that is 90 degree. Hexagonal, A equal to B but not equal to C, alpha and beta equal to 90 degree, and gamma is equal to 120 degree. And in triclinic structure of the lattice is all sides are not equal and angles are not also equal, and that equal to 90 degree, not equal to 90 degree. So let us discuss about the basic crystal structures, cubic structures. There are 3 cubic structures: simple cubic, it is denoted by SC, then body centered cubic structure, then face centered cubic structure. In simple cubic structure, see the diagram. In simple cubic structure, all atoms in the cube are at the corner of the cube, means there are 8 atoms are at the corner of the cube. The example of the simple cubic structure is due to low packing density of the structure, and so example is only polonium. Now the close pack direction are the cube edge, means the atoms are touched to each other only along the edges. So the concept is useful to calculate further, to calculate the packing fraction of this type of the cubic structures. As you told, the coordination number is the nearest neighbor of the given atom. So to calculate that, take any one atom, like in the figure it is shown in red color. So we can find out the nearest neighbor of this, the given point. So there are 6 nearest neighbor. So the coordination number of the simple cubic structure is 6. Also, there are how many atoms per unit cell, that can be calculated like this. Since at the corner there are 8 atoms, but only 1/8 part of the atom is in the given unit cell. So the 1/8 part of 8 atoms, that becomes 8 into 1 by 8. So the calculation is 1. So means in this given unit cell there is 1 atom in the unit cell. Now see in body centered cubic structure. So by definition, body centered cubic structure means there are 8 atoms at the corner and a single atom is at the center of the body of this cubic structure. That's why it is called as the body centered cubic structure. The atom which is at the center of the body of the cube is shown here in the figure with different color. So in this structure, the atoms touch each other only along the cube diagonal within a unit cell. The example of this type of the structure, basis structure, is lithium, sodium, chromium, etc. So again you can calculate the coordination number, that is nearest neighbor atoms. And if you take any one atom, that is center atom, if you consider here, so we will find there are 8 atoms are nearest to the given atom. So the coordination number is 8. So how many number of atoms in unit cell? As in simple cubic, we have found that only due to 8 atoms at the corner of the cube, so there will be only a single atom in the cube in simple cubic structure. So in this BCC structure, there is one additional atom which is well within the cube, that is at the center, and therefore the total number of atoms in unit cell can be calculated, the one center atom plus 8 corner atoms multiplied by the 1 by 8. So therefore there are the 2 atoms per unit cell. In FCC structure, that is face centered cubic structure, in this structure there are 8 atoms at the corner and there are 6 faces. So therefore there is one atom of the at the center of the each face. So therefore there are the additional 6 atoms. So therefore total atoms, 8 atoms at the corner and 6 atoms at the center of the each face. In this case, in the diagram we can see the atoms which is at the center of the each phase is shown by different colors. Here, due to these atoms at the center of the base, the atoms touch each other along the face diagonal of this FCC structure. Then you can calculate by taking any one atom and find out the nearest neighbor of this given atom, and you will be find there are 12 atoms. So how many atoms in unit cell that can be calculated? Again, there are 8 corner atoms. If we multiply by 1 by 8, so there is 1 atom due to 8 corner atoms, and this the atom which is at the center of the face, so half of the part in this given cube and half of the part is in the nearest cube. So only the half of the part of each atom is in the given structure. So therefore there are 6 space, will multiply by half, so it becomes a 3 plus 1, so it will be a 4 atoms per unit cell. Now let us summarize today's lecture. Silicon is the most common semiconductor material. Then common metallic crystal structures are FCC, BCC and HCP. And coordination number for these structures are same. And the properties of semiconductors and other materials are determined by a single crystal lattice structures. Thank you.